Something about when you can hear the music for something, and just it immediately tickles that nostalgia. So, never one to miss striking the iron when it is super cooled too close to absolute zero. Because of course, the sequel Trilogy is out, or Apollo Justice. But that's actually one of my least favorite Ace Attorney games. I know, I have very classic, general nerd bad taste in that regard. But it reminded me... Music by Half a Tick? Okay. I thought that might be particularly loud for this too, but... How's that? I think the music might also be loud on this title screen, but... So... I got this ages ago when it first came out, but you know how it is sometimes when these things come out. You're like, well, I want to play it, but also it's something I've already played. And I don't know what it was at the time, but... So this is, of course, the first one. Collection of that. I'm starting it a tiny bit late, because I have to buy side 3 separate drinks. Because I got a leisure soda that I was drinking from earlier, but I also got water and tea, which we'll see if that's enough. As I butcher my way through trying to voice this game. As I am rapidly close to the cusp of 33 though, bear with me. If I maybe don't have the vocal elasticity of our youth. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Blood. Those gasps are really working it. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Yes, honey does help. Also, hey Katie, hey Bubs. Phoenix, I'm going to be boring and do the smart thing. Which is, as a guy, I can conveniently just have Phoenix be my regular voice. Yay for the patriarchy. No, I honestly feel like that's the right choice regardless. I know, delicious cheating. Boy, am I nervous. Right. No, we can leave the text boxes for now. Although I know a lot of people like to kind of crank that down. Oh, hiya, Chief. Ooh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean, you knew the defendant before this case? You know that's sometimes a little problematic for us lawyers, right? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. You must have known him in, like, high school and perhaps college that he would have such an important impact on your life. Oh, it was a stupid childhood thing, wasn't it? I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. Oh. What should... It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. No, death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Google does this for games with too many mail leads. 2 options. Will you mail to help out voice changer software? Voice changer software would probably be the easier way to do it. Just speak in your regular voice, but have it go beep and tone it down. Yeah. Ugh. Nick. Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. No. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Yes, I have bad taste. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, 23 years, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I could say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. Come on, Phoenix, hold together, man.
The test will consult with a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Oh, well, that's... So, Phoenix Wright is almost 10 years younger than you. Yeah. So, I don't think you can actually, like, lose during this early part, but we don't... I'm sure I'll make mistakes, because I'll try not to use a walkthrough if possible. I have one to the side if I get stuck. I'm not going to need during this tutorial case because I'm pretty sure it's very basically on rails. But as anyone who's played this game before can tell you, or seen it played, sometimes what the game expects you to do is not very intuitive. But you are an ace attorney. Alright. The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Oof, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait... Uh-oh. I find it's usually more about you as a player skipping ahead when they want like an in-between step. Yes, that's usually a lot of times what it is. Oh, no way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. Just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. You see down there, where there's that thing that has R with court record next to it? Just press the R button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. How did you become a lawyer, sir? Yeah, really. Our court record? Bloop. Oh, heck yeah. Attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Probably because I can forget the victim's name in any trial I run. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Profiles. Mia Faye, age 27, chief attorney at Faye & Company, my boss, and a very good defense attorney. I assume I'm very bad, so my skill is a bit skewed. Larry Butts, age 23, the defendant in this case, a likable guy. A likable guy who has been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, age 22, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Larry has an unfortunate tendency to bat way outside his strike range, if you know what I mean. Winston Payne, age 52, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. He's basically your tutorial enemy. Granted, PW is given like a day or two before any given case instead of like actual time to prepare a case. Yeah, this is true. There's a lot of weird things about how the legal system is run in this world. I think it's funny, Winston Payne here. I don't think, for the life of me when I first played this, I ever picked up on the pun of his name, of Winston being winced. Like the, you Winston Payne. Like, obviously, I got the Payne thing, because that one's just Payne, but, But it doesn't matter, because he's not that important. I wonder why Cindy Stone's called that. Such a good tutorial lawyer, pretty much. Alright. So yeah, that's how you do the court record. Very obvious. You can do it almost any time. I think the only time they take it away from you is when you're, like, in a choice. Also, I should have... Oh, actually, you get it here, too. Or is that gasp in pain? Yeah. Or his ancestor? Ouchie? I don't remember what, if you get his first name or if he's just Prosecutor Ouchie. Also, I didn't even comment on this. That was a very good, like, disappointed mom look from Mia there.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
Mia Faye. I do like having Cinder Block here. because, like, it's close-ish. So, like, if you just, like, oh, it's a stupid pun name, then you're like, oh, shit. But no, it's actually, they're pun names, but they try to be reasonable. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Oh, correct. Concerned that it took you like 20 minutes to get around to that. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
So, say boy on hair with a blunt object strangled. Ironically, the way the game sets this up, you don't even need to check the court record for questions 1 and 3, because we saw how she died. Like, you can see, like, the obvious thing that hit her, dripping blood, in that little cutscene where they show you who did it, right? So you actually only need to check the court record for 2. But also, if you need to double check, we have the autopsy report as well. She was struck once by a blunt object.
You are correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. You know, in case you thought it would be super light and she was just a really weak person to get her head caved in. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Oh, you did it in the middle of my discussion. Remaster guys were probably gonna say for release on consoles since it was DS originally, but I do miss the pixel style. Yeah, like I think they did a pretty decent job with it, but there's a little bit of a sacrifice of you kind of gotta lose a little bit of style for it.
Well, Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, I know this is my first day and I want to impress you, but what do I do now? Oh, my God. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Oh. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport according to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
Payne is kind of a dick. And he's not like... He's a loser asshole douchebag, so he's not like kind of fun to hate, which is why he's your tutorial, right?
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I wait and see what happens? Stop him from answering. So, this is not gonna really matter. Like most of these kind of visual novelty games, and this one has it's a little bit of its own twist on things. But you have... This one's pretty on the rails. There are points when you can pick wrong choices that can hurt you, and there's also points when you can make choices that won't matter. It's just you're picking the flavor. So it's, do we just let Larry hurt the case because he's a dumbass, or do we futilely try to stop him from hurting the case because he's a dumbass? And I think we can say we'll actually give it a try, because, you know. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oh yeah, I got it. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Wow, he's a dumbass. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
This is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
No.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Oh, uh-oh. He went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly, stop him from answering. Again, this is more flavor thing. I feel like the right answer here, there really isn't one. But at this point, like, clearly he's going to hang himself. So we're not gonna want him to freaking lie about it. Did I check a passport, by the way? I don't think I did. Passport. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. I like to imagine sometimes for like a Larry Butts trial anyways, that like Phoenix looks down at the court record, and as he looks up, Larry's saying something and the judge is like, oh, well, he's guilty. I know. I'll send him a signal. Larry, for the love of God.
The truth.
Yeah. I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts,
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
oh, lying. Witnesses never lie.
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Sometimes, when they do the pun names, it varies in quality. Sometimes they just go for the easy thing, you know? Alright. I'm just going to take a sip of beverage. Although actually, I've not made the mistake of giving anyone a really painful voice. So far, anyways.
Mr. Sawit, your name's a little on the nose. You sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Salt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
And now we get to one of the two main halves of gameplay. Witness's account.
Oh, I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Oh, Larry cases aren't about defending him, it's about stopping him taking himself out. This is accurate to a Larry Butts case. Blackout record added to the court record.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Sorry, Judge, can you give me a minute? I'm just gonna look at the court record instead of you talking. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay, good to know. Oh, look, this magically appeared too. Frank saw it. He's age 36. Discovered Miss Stone's body. Newspaper salesman who saw Larry flee the scene. I'm glad I took the moment to write this down. I'm kind of glad I was able to read this too. Phoenix, no, I put it there for you because you're a dumbass. No, okay, well, in the future, I'll do it myself, I guess. Yes, Yes, Your Honor?
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right. Right. This is it. The real deal. Your actual fucking job. What exactly am I supposed to do? Your job. Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Oh, okay. Open the court record with the R button, then point out contradictions in the testimony. It's illegal to lie, though. It is true. The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure perjury does come up at least a couple times, and yet everyone does it, and I don't think anyone's ever tried for it. Yeah, they don't know the meaning of the word perjury, and no one calls them on it. Cross-examination. Now, oh, they do give me, so... Was it always 10 ticks? I feel like I remember it being only like 5, but maybe you like lose them in chunks of 2 or something. So, one of the easy things, and one of the reasons why, like, the game never actually means to be that hard. It's just sometimes the things it expects you to do are a little not as innate as you might expect. They gave you baby male lives. That makes sense. So you can go through any of these. We have the press option here, which I don't even think we need applicable here because... Man, God, they give him so much. Right here, we know this is the lie because of that, so... But also, when you get to the end... This is usually, not always, but if you ever get stuck, I know this is what they do to kind of give you a hint, right? That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with the R button if something strikes you as being suspicious. Then, find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court. Although that time it's just me more explaining this here. So, I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Thanks. This is different from what she's telling us to do. We don't need to do it right now, but you get more dialogue this way, so. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad, and yet frightened at the same time, like he totally just murdered a person that I could call the police and tell them about. Oh, I forgot he was being that blatant about it. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course. What the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So, what happened next?
Also, don't think... In later games, they occasionally punish you for overpressing. I don't think they did it in this first one. Maybe they do at a later point, though. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, the door is open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd, in a big city like this, I thought.
I see. And what happened next?
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, I needed to hide that I could. The door was half open, you see. Isn't only human the one to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing.
Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone, especially non-murdering witnesses like Frank saw it here, would look inside.
Why did Payne cut him off so quickly?
So you looked into the apartment. What happened then?
Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. Are you sure she was dead? Oh, well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? Phoenix, there's an obvious lie there, and... Hold up, Mia, let me cook. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no. Nothing. Okay. That's a little bit suspicious, but I don't think I'm gonna follow up on it now. What happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. Hold it. You thought to call the police. Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police? What happened next?
These ones are always weird to me. They do this a few times, where like... Because they do a pretty decent job of making the press statement go into the next line. But sometimes, it's really awkward here, because they make you listen to it once before you even get the chance to cross-examine, right? So it's like, why do we do this when it's not like, it can never be your first time listening to it? Oh, so silly. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. Yes, that is my name. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that. I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside, wasn't in the room, I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Oh man, doesn't that tell you how this is set in the past? Although I think this was set in the future, in the time it was being created, but it was one of those funny moments where it's set in like the near future. So because I'm playing this for nostalgia reasons, it's now the past. Why use a public phone? Well, see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Ah, right. Time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. Phoenix, Jesus Christ, why are you dragging this out? 1 p.m. Right.
Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him, you dumbass.
Oh, did they even put you? Oh my god. They even put you... Okay. I feel like usually... Yeah, they always send you to the next one, but that one, they're like, no. Like, it's this one. Present on this one. The man who was, without a doubt... The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Oh, I didn't... My bad. Hit A instead of press. Are you absolutely 100% positive? Yes, it was him. No mistake about it.
The witness says he's certain.
Alright, it's looping there. Also, if you want to... Because when you hit present, like, any of these will present it. You can still look at it. If you want to more safely peruse it, in case you get worried, you can just do it while you're in the press state instead anyways. According to their autopsy report, her time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I'm on the wrong one, actually. Whoops. Don't mess up, Chris. This is really easy. Don't lose on the tutorial case. Oh, man. Oh, yes, first thing. And here we go. He said the thing. You may notice, I'm sure I'll forget about this, but I've changed my death counter for this to an objections counter. 'Cause hopefully, I shouldn't need a death counter for this game, but we'll see. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. It's going to be high. Yes, it is. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Oh. Just the happy brain chemicals that immediately kick in with the music change. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to her, no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Uh-oh, wait a second. No, well... Do I want to do the prosecution's objections too?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe.
I don't know. What do you all think? Like, no one really cares about pain, obviously. But, like, the other prosecutors we're gonna care about. But then again, it'll be way easier for me to, like, miss their objections. I guess... It also raises the question, if I make a mistake and do a wrong objection, would I even count that too? We'll count them all then, I guess. So now it's going to be really high.
Mr. Salt, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Is what I would say if you hadn't wasted all of our time before that. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. I'm terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program.
So, why buy some time to take another drink? This is another good example of how the judge is, affably, almost lovably so, very willing to take anything that he hears immediately upon faith. He really doesn't believe in lies until you point them out to him, which, you know, to be that trusting of your common man is truly noble in a profession that is not being a goddamn judge. But for this game to work, it kind of needs to be the case, you know?
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Do you not even need to press during the tutorial case? Because they have it available there, but this is another one where the lie's already there. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. You said heard, not saw. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, so least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something. But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. Oh shit, I forgot. Sometimes they also object during pressing. I see a mistake in my objection counter now. I usually end up pressing everything anyway. Oh yeah. Like, I mean, it's a bad idea for the voice if you're doing what I'm doing right now, and I don't know who would be playing this game in any context of a stream and not. But, like, reading the game is the content, right? So why wouldn't you want more of the content? I guess arguably by that matter, you would want to save and then redo everything. Which, fortunately, in these games, are very nice. And you can save in the middle. Why is there even vibration? Oh, I could change these sounds too. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, and if I guess you want to see Mia's Tiggle Bitties, this is what you would do.
The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything.
I have to agree with the prosecution. A witness, continue your testimony.
There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Whoops. I need to be careful with this. Are you sure it was a television and not like a radio? Oh, well, no, I guess it might have been a radio.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television.
Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television and how there was a... Here, hold on. I need the press still. The witness has testified he heard the time. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? How do you explain the gap?
Oh, well, witness, how do you explain this?
I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. Video? Yes. That would explain why the time was wrong? True. True. Right. Why? Look at Mia's look. I love this. Just like, he's so pitying and disappointed. I think the problem lies someplace else.
We agreed that you heard the time at the scene then.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes, I can practically hear it now. It was quite clear.
Mr. Payne.
You were supposed to be the chosen one, but then you stepped into court.
Mr. Payne, has the prosecution verified this testimony?
My apologies, Your Honor. I, too, have only just learned that the witness heard the time.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I only remembered it just now. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Well, you just watch it. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there? Oh wow, they don't even have you. Okay. Notice anything suspicious? Wow, they really... It's hilarious to me that Phoenix Wright is at his best as a lawyer when he's a hobo. It is kind of true. I mean, when Phoenix is in his groove, he's pretty good. It's just he has a hard time finding his groove. It's 3 hours. Oh, we're coming from the television. Okay. So, of course, we were told there was a blackout record. Yeah. But, think of it this way, though. Phoenix loses, what, canonically twice across the entire set of the games? Once to... Well, no, I guess 3 times, technically. I was not even counting the fact of why he becomes a hobo, but that is the case. But you have to... Well, whatever, that's spoilers. I won't go into that. Oh, blackout record. Ahem. Objection, motherfucker. Sorry, let me just put that on the counter. The other advantage of doing it this way is going to give me more times to have tiny breaks too, which is nice. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Oh, fuck. You couldn't have heard a television. Or video. Well,
Well, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sword?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sword, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Oh, very well, Mr. Salt. I am unreasonably considerate of you compared to how I will be with actually more reliable witnesses down the line. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
I was basically a good lawyer by the virtue that the system is 100% against him and he somehow wins. The fact is around proving the first person Gumshoe found to blame not guilty of being like, he didn't do it because I solved the whole case and like the cops. Yeah. So obviously the Japanese legal system is not this bad. But this game is designed, the Ace Attorney series, to kind of deliberately, through satirical hyperbole, show off the fact that the Japanese legal system is very unforgiving if you are accused of a crime. They do have a ridiculously high successful prosecution rate when it is unreasonable. In this game, it's a parody how high it is, and in the fact that you have to basically find the killer to get your client off. But you know, hearing the time. Oh, actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? Well, I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. I mean, I'm gonna press everything, but my dude. Yeah, actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry, I only just remembered that table clock.
What table clock?
There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene?
Well, this is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon. Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my really stupid testimony or something? Something's fishy here. I'm actually kind of amazed that this isn't the tutorial introduction to pressing here. Like, I feel like later on, this is where the game would have done that. But I guess in this one, since this was like... Because obviously, iterative gameplay, right? Well, actually, within this game itself, but also in future installments, you need to add complexity as you go to some level because you want to give people something new to kind of justify coming back to it. But this was the first game, so it has the most basic of gameplay. That must have been what I saw. Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm not really sure how it happened myself.
The witness says he saw the table clock. End of the story.
Now, find the contradiction. It's really fucking obvious, Phoenix. Stop playing around. Are you a cat? Do you play with your food? Do you like seeing your friend almost get in trouble for murder that he clearly didn't commit? The murder weapon. This one's really obvious too, because it's even telling you what to present. Statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Oh, wait a second, actually. Why don't they describe this as... Well, I'm pretty sure it's what you gotta present anyways, because, again, a baby case to get you up to speed tutorially. I say... Also, I'm sure I might get ahead of myself and make a mistake later on where you'll see this. Uh, but there is almost no more crushing feeling than when you go for that and the music does not cut out and you see the health bar stay up there because that means you made an oopsie and you're about to get hurt with for some damage. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink while we can rave out to this music. Very classic. I mean, this is just exciting, you know? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? I'm a goddamn lawyer. Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? I mean, Phoenix Wright has some good OST. Yes, it does. I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. It is a really fucking stupid clock, but it is a clock. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
Oh, I see. It's a very interesting clock. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
So, fortunately, in a truly baffling way to reveal that he's lying about things weirdly, he changed his testimony to say he saw it, right? So, do we have any problems with his testimony now? Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor? Oh, I hope it was time for this. There's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went to the apartment and knew the victim. Went to the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh, yeah?
Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. Can we do this already? You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Now, let me imagine for you this scene from earlier that the player already saw. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Objection! Hey, Darth. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Should I count objections for the objection counter? Probably not. We'll stick to game objections. That's why you were so certain about the time. While Payne himself is annoying, I do like that he has like this really whiny objection. Oh. Okay, whew, that was
close.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. And that would be dangerous because I would objection all the time. Wait, do we get to call objections? Okay. I see my mistake. Thank you for making it clear, everyone. It's just in-game objection. This is not the anime I'm familiar with. Objection. I've not actually watched the Phoenix Wright anime. I've been tempted, but... well, there's reasons why I haven't gone through with it. And now that I'm going to play the games, it kind of... we've watched worse things.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard, no, I mean, I saw. And then he threw, shut up. Wait, is that's 3. Shut up. I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. Oh, you got like a good old freak out. It's fine. The voices are good. The animation is cheap. The story is a basically direct translation. That's not a strong argument. Phoenix Wright would be sad.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
the whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawed heard was definitely this clock. Fact which is clear if you simply examine the clock's batteries, ask the neighbors, try sounding the clock. I mean, we can't ask the neighbors anyways. Examine the clock's batteries. Interesting. Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Remember, when we started this, I said it was 10 a.m.
Beep.
I think it's 8:25. Oh man, I was speaking over that. That was a pretty good musical cue there, though.
Oh, that certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
Ah, so we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawed heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawed, try to talk your way out of this one. Haha, you forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
This is the other problem, too, with Phoenix. Well, I don't mean as a character. I think this is a good character moment, but it's just a problem that he has as a person, where he's really easily thrown off. which is why it's pretty consistent throughout the games that a lot of times, even when he's on like a roll, if he gets thrown off at like a critical juncture, he needs a person to be like, slap him on the back and be like, come on, Phoenix. Be actually smart. You know how you can do this. Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this means I cannot let you indict the witness. Now, obviously you've shown that there's a very good chance he could be the killer, but I'm afraid Larry Butts is gonna have to fry. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solid.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. Criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Oh, the music coming back. Not so fast, Mr. Saw It. Mia! I mean, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. For God's sake, think, dumbass. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. By thinking out of the box, bullshit your way to victory. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? A giant blue police box. Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? I wonder if that line was like Naruhodo, Naruhodo. Because, and I don't know this for most of the characters, but I think most people who play this game have had it shown to them that like his actual name is Naruhodo, which is like a, oh, so that's what you mean kind of thing. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Now wait a second. So the correct answer here is, in fact, that the clock is not slow, right? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say yes or if I'm supposed to say no because I'm supposed to figure out. I mean, probably both of them. It still must be yes. I think she just wants us to know, and then when we find out what it actually is. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it, and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see if you pull this one off.
Oh, let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Now, I do wonder, because here they do it based on it being 3 and 9. I wonder if, because these games are set in a fake California in the English localization, I wonder if that means it's, I'm not really great with Japanese time zones, but it might be like they inverted it there to just make it fit. Japanifornia. Yeah, as it's often called. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh, he's being hyperventilate. Ew, gross. Also, not sure it's mentioned even in the Japanese versions, but all these murders would probably only be facing 1 sentence. There's the case in the second game where they have to make a big deal about the car they use being like a UK car, which explain which side was the driver's side. Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Order, I say. Did he just vomit and collapse? Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Oh, very well. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Get used to it because this is going to be your life going forward.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, at this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
Yay, confetti. The confetti moment is very stupid, but as a gameplay decision is very satisfying. Just don't consider the moment, you know?
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Japan has exactly 1 crime that warrants the death penalty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's brought up in this first game. I think in the second game, and definitely in the third. I mean, in the third game, the fact that people have the death penalty is relevant, if I recall correctly. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like the whole reasoning behind why the big case of the third game is the way it is. You ever think about the lawyer who gets the follow-up cases to Phoenix Wright for all the ones he solved in court? I have to assume that at that point, those are the other cases that Winston gets. Because because he's a complete boob otherwise, right? So how does he have any wins on his record if he doesn't do that? It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posted as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. Winston is a remarkable tax attorney. Oh, maybe. Professional coattail rider. Yeah, that was probably that too. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Look at this. Like, I guess it wasn't worth to do it, but I just like this image of Cindy where she just has the like little like cartoon distance eyes because they didn't want to bother giving her the full eyes because she was about to get murdered anyways in this shot. You know, something nice and simple. It was originally for the DS, so. Well, the GBA and then DS. Was it GBA and DS? Yeah, no, that's why it was, because it came over here first on that, but that's why they put the 5th case in. Man, my nostalgia's stronger than my memory anyways. Flustered, Mr. Saw grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And instead of 5 for 10 years for robbery, he's going to die because he's a murderer. Hey boss, should we give the murder victim fully drawn eyes? Nah, he about to be dead. Look, you gotta conserve what you can. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. I didn't know it was a GBA title originally. I think it is. I'm questioning that now, but I think that's why the 5th case itself is one so big and so, like, it was? Okay. In Japan. See? Good job. I know. I mean, in fairness, I think you can pick a lot of the bad things, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty funny, but yeah. It was the baby case to get us started. Congratulations! Oh, thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Legitimately, I suck. Not at all. Not at all. I'm going to be nice to you, because God knows there's no other promising defense attorneys anywhere. You fought your own battles in there. Inserts the gif of everyone from Evangelion clapping and saying congratulations. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen a chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. Oh, my life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent? The case is closed. Nobody wants to be a defense attorney in Japan. I mean, I think that is a pretty consistent problem for them. He thinks has a promising career as a professional wrestler if he fails at this. Oh, man. The case is closed, man. Detective Conan has not... No, I'm kidding. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Well, I think she was gone before she died because you called her Cindy Wendy. Larry, she was a... No, never mind. Unlike Winston Payne, I'm not going to accuse her of being a gold digger. I mean, you know, like, work is work. We each got to get our money. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. A dinner, a movie, a much read. Oh no, I couldn't. So, to explain why Larry is letting her call him that, we simply need to do this. Options, text box, high transparency. And that is why Larry is a simp. Although, I mean, you can already see some of it there, that just gives you the full picture. Anyways, we don't need the distraction, we need to focus. Oh no, I couldn't. I have standards. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. You could at least pay me a little. Oh, hey. But Booba. Here, take this. It's a present. I mean, it's not like this is the last time we can see them. Wait. Everything's fine. She's our boss. She's gotta be around all the time, right? A present? For me? Wait. Wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. This is... like... Larry clearly has some kind of skill, but it's definitely being misused. Really? You made this? Well, thank you? I'll keep it as a memento. Like, what's the worst that could happen from keeping this heavy object that makes a perfect bludgeoning weapon? Yo, Nick, can you believe it?
I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry, are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh?
Boss, I'm done. I'm off the clock. Like, I won the case. Yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Probably the murder weapon? Larry needs to change his mood occasionally, something wild-ass mood swings. You know, not that it would ever come up in a Japanese game, they're very touchy. Mental health is a really big deal over there. I mean, I say that like it's not a really touchy subject in most of the world. In Japan, it's especially bad, partially because, in general, health is a very private thing for them usually. It's why mysterious anime death syndrome is such a thing, where they very rarely will actually specify what someone is sick with. Just something they don't usually like to bring up. Larry, you dumbass. It is this perfect murder weapon that she just lugged with her. Check this out, Larry. Proof? Positive you weren't just some chump to her. You were a chump that made her a really weird clock.
Huh? What about the clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Look at this thing. It doesn't fit in a carry-on bag. She put this in her goddamn suitcase. Oh, whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks, man.
Hope that made him feel a little better. I did this for free, so... Oh, it's not for free. He's going on a tuna ship for a few months after this. I am definitely making money off this case, right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. I mean, she's dead, so unless you're trying to impress your friend, maybe drop the clock thing. Yeah, really. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Mia, why are you giving me a death conversation? Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Also, you know, I just feel like this is a good way to end your first day. There's nothing significant behind it. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. That was kind of weird. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent... Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, a part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me, I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
The end.
Ba-do-boop-ba-da-da-do. Episode 2, Turnabout Sisters. Okay, they give you a save point. Okay. So, a nice, easy tutorial case. And we have not much of the main cast to go through yet, so that'll start showing up in this one. Before we do, this seems as good a time as any to take a small drink break and refresh myself. I don't even think I'll go the full time. We'll see how far the investigation phase of this first case. Or do they just throw you into... I think they have a beginning phase before they throw you into the trial here. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But, BRB. Oh, I really probably should have saved during that at some point, but, you know, again, tutorial case. There was no way I was going to actually, like, lose everything on it. Even if, like, I might get stuck on later things. Also, it's a shame that it had no, like, sound during that. I don't know. It's making noise. Why was I doing that?
Hello, this is Maya.
Hey, Maya. It's me.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Sorry. I've been so busy. How have you been?
Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place.
That's good to hear. You probably shouldn't. You're only like 17, but you know, we do these things early. Actually, that's not that. I'm kind of thinking my age up a little bit, but actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask.
I know. You want me to hold evidence for you?
Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here.
I gotcha. So, what is it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock?
Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys.
Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis.
I mean, in some ways you kind of are, but Maya's definitely very young at heart. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working.
That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead.
Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it...
What a weird... Okay.
Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes?
I don't know, for some reason that line seems kind of weird for Maya to be say. I guess it's because she knows that Mia won't tell her, but... Can you come by the office tonight, say, 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good.
Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. So, I mentioned this before, the localization, it's in Japanifornia. I don't actually remember. Is it sushi? Is sushi what she usually asks for? I always say that off of the fact that I've seen like joke images about that, and I want to say it's sushi they're going for and they're calling it burgers, which you know. Who hasn't lived through old 4Kids Pokemon? Rice ball, but they're jelly donuts. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint.
All right, it's a deal.
You only know localization? That's fair.
Okay, sis, see you soon.
Yup, I'll be waiting, Maya. Also, those phone sounds are a little annoying. Conversation recorded
Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay and Company Law Offices.
Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers.
I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have.
Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers.
How could you know?
Ho, ho, you are not cognivorous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see.
I should have been more careful.
Ho, ho, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay.
What you say? The clock strikes again. Also, this is the second one. Red, white, blue. So again, they let you see who the killer is. They don't always do this, which I don't mind, actually. I think in these games, usually you can figure out who it is ahead enough time anyways. And I think sometimes it's fun to have that question be there, but also it's getting there, right? You know, it's the journey, not the destination. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Bain Company Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. I guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. And almost like, you know, free burgers. Well, I'm not gonna say no to a free burger. What's that smell? Blood? Kind of a weird thing that Phoenix just recognized the smell of blood on his own. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything. Mia! Maybe she's in her office. And now we hit the second type of gameplay in this game. Although I think this one, it's all going to be the same. It's just going to tell me to get going. I smell blood. And that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia... The chief's okay. He's a vampire. Did they not mark this off? Maybe that's in later games it does the thing where it marks off that you've looked at something with the check mark. Okay, well. We have to move to the office. Also, I mean, look, obviously Bloodborne reference. That smell. What's that smell? It's blood. That smell. Blood. Question marks. Sis. Someone's there. Aww. Chief? 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 Ah, there she is. Hey, Maya. Oh. Who are you? You know, that's fair. The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief, where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. Oh, heck yeah. Let's leave. Actually, can I look at Mia on the couch? That girl just now. Where'd she go? Also, I said Mia, I meant Maya. I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. Hope she didn't run on me. Okay, so maybe I could have examined things and I missed my chance just now, but I'm sure it'll work. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya Faye? Anyways, let's not talk about it. Let's look around. There we go. This sofa is for clients. It's leather. A real luxury model. Okay, there we go. Just didn't do it earlier because I was in gotta move some mode. A large painting. I guess you'd call this modern art? I, on the other hand, call it a mistake. No clues here. The door to the chief's office. It's slightly open. I better not touch the doorknob. You couldn't cram more legal books in here, even if you wanted to. You can gaze upon the shelves without feeling insignificant. A small writing desk cluttered with office supplies. The reception desk. I usually sit here. Okay, I think that's... Oh. Oh, okay, you can't... That's really funny. I didn't expect it to stop me right there. Does that... Wait a second. Okay. I don't know why I'm expecting it to... Oh, wait a second. Does it... No, I think even though it does that, I think you can only... Sorry, I'm being distracted by the fact that there's weird hitbox interaction there. Okay. Alright. Anyways, we're just gonna walk away from her and keep examining. I assume we have to both examine and talk, so... Also, slide to the left. Slide to the right. Court record, mostly empty. We have our attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. You know, fair enough. Mia Fey, age 27, chief attorney at Fey & Company, my boss, and a very good defense attorney. Fortunately, I wrote this to not specify present or past tense. So now that she's dead, I don't need to change anything. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. So, Mia was age 27, a few years older than Phoenix. And like, Phoenix is very young, and there's obviously even younger ones. But it is still kind of impressive if you look at all these. Like, she is... Like, we can tell that she must have been very good and successful as a lawyer from a young age herself, because she has her own offices, she does all that. It's impressive. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Oh, okay. Guys, is that the one thing I had to look at? Did I look at the one thing and... Police! No, that's not the voice I want to do here. Police, please, come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? The booba returns. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Oh, I can still look at this again, though? Does that trigger that each time? Phone receiver is missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines, but all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. The Fey & Company ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Oh no! Charlie! I mean, he's gonna be okay, but... Oh, that was the computer. This is the server desk. A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the clients use. Keep your own stuff simple. That's actually kind of a nice way of thinking about that. Okay, is that everything here? Okay. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. A nice, luxurious place. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Another plant? No! I don't think this one makes it, actually. The chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this. But if there are any clues here, if she was struck on the head with a blunt object, she probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. God damn it, Larry. Why do you have to be perfect at making murder weapons? The thinker, the murder weapon, looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock, made by Larry Buds. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Glass shards add to the court record. The broken remains of a glass light stand, broken beyond all recognition. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? It's painful to look, but I have to, for Mia's sake. Looks like she was hit in the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. Okay, that's all that is, okay. That's, you know, again, you play this game for the dialogue, but also it's like the From Software thing, like exhaust the dialogue. It's encrusted with dried blood. Actually, I don't think it would be dry blood at this point. I think it would still be kind of slightly moist blood, but neither here nor there. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Not irony, but whatever. We've all been there. A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Wait a second. Maya? Was Mia trying to tell something about that girl? I think I'd better show her this receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Receipt added to the court record. A department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl is doing here. Alright, time to talk to Maya. Examine, move, talk, present. Alright, what happened? She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And Sis... Oh, she was already dead. You and the chief. So, you're the chief's... Sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting? This late at night? Yes, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes, it was that clock. It was the thinker. Ah, I see I need to actually present that to her. Alright. Time-honored tradition. Anyone who plays this game knows. Also, actually, we can check. This is all the evidence I got. Okay, we didn't get a profile for her yet. So you get the option to present, right? It is absolutely vital that everyone knows Look, see right there? No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. This is our clue. We always have to let people know we have our attorney's badge. I'm sorry, I've never seen that before. Now, it doesn't come up very much. I think in the later games, they caught on to people doing that as a joke, and they added more dialogue for it. I don't know, there might be one that do it here. Maya, what do you know about the glass shards? Oh, I didn't actually think she did anything with this one. This was lying next to the chief.
I know. I saw it there too. I thought they might be pieces of the light stand.
Maybe. Never heard of a glass light stand before. About the thinker.
The thinker? That was... Oh, sis. Probably shouldn't have asked her about the murder weapon.
Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt.
That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name?
Please, just calm down.
What? Why would sis write my name?
Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Oh shit, it's the fuzz. Maya, you've got to run. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Is it time, or is this a random dude? Here he is. Okay, give me a moment while I try to figure out what to do for Gumshoe. So, I think there's two obvious ways you can go for a Dick Gumshoe voice. One is an Inspector Gadget type one to go with his clothing and the fact he's honestly kind of a goober. The other one I could see is doing like a kind of like noir type inflection kind of thing going on there. More to play off him being a detective, which, you know. Can I do an Inspector Gadget? Penny, maybe I should do more noir. Freeze, police. All right, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. Do I want to do a serious voice for you though? Gumshoe. Of course, it might be too close to Maya if I do it that way. We'll do it that way. Freeze, police. All right, I am Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd, incredibly on-the-nose name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? I got a person saying they saw a murder, see? Must have been that woman I saw. Yeah, that woman, no. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya. Wait. She wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa. Excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name.
Killer? I'm not...
Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am.
What?
Oh, Gumshoe. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Hey, it is Bailiff Coon. Look at him being there. September 6th, 9:07 a.m., detention center, visitor's room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, there she is.
Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning.
Good morning. She looks so tired.
Are you going to be my attorney?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. Of course I will. Sorry, not a chance. I mean, on one hand, consent is important. On the other hand, I think she needs to know, like, she can always deny us if she wants. No, of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up.
Really?
Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What? What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? I mean, also, you have good reason to think that, but I was hoping you didn't know.
No one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it.
Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought...
It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you.
Heard? Heard what about me?
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day.
Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Holy shit, it was awful. I have never seen a more...
Wow, really? How'd that go?
It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while.
Ha, so he crashed and burned?
He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience.
Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now.
I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Oh, God. It hurts because that's totally fair.
That's what she said.
Sorry, just let me, put some aloe on this burn.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to me,
I know.
Oh, heck yeah. Let's look at the bailiff. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. Smile for the camera. Wow, is that really? It's only that? Oh, it's only these 2 things. Okay. Heck yeah. Letting her know we're an attorney still. Sorry, I've never seen that before. I don't know if she has something to say for this. I wanted to ask you about the murder weapon.
Poor sis.
I'm gonna ask her about this now. This was lying next to the chief's body.
I saw that too. They said they thought these were pieces of a broken light stand.
Yeah, that seems about right. Though I'd never heard of a glass light stand before this.
Remember that receipt? You mean the one with my name on it?
Any idea why she...
Absolutely none. Do you trust me?
Well, it's really too obviously suspicious for it to be you regardless. You were crying at the scene when you could have left. And also, I want to protect you. Because must Mama rule, the daughter rule. Although, Phoenix is only like, I don't know, like 6, 7 years older than Maya. But I, being almost double her age... Oh god, how old? Do I know how old she is yet? 17. Okay, I'm not double her age yet, thank god. I'm really close, but... Mia's little sister found bent over her sister's body, crying. I am older than Gumshoe, though. I'm not older than Gumshoe in the post-time skip games. Detective at the local precinct, in charge of the initial investigation. Anyways, we trust Maya. I trust you.
Yeah, it was really like you waited like 2 whole minutes as you explained your reasoning. I was very. Why? Don't you think I did it too?
No, I don't. It's just a hunch, but
That detective thinks I did it.
that detective's probably a dumbass. Alright, well, let's talk to her. Maya, there's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Yes?
What's with that outfit?
Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Acolytes? People in religious training? What is it you do?
Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training.
A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Spirit mediums. So you're an acolyte, medium in training.
That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world.
I actually think it's only the women, but that's probably something that they more canonized going in later games. Oh, wait a second. You said the Fae family. So Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too.
I had no idea. I guess cheating with ghosts would explain how she's such a good defense lawyer, though. Wait.
What?
So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that?
Yes, in training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? You can just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
Thought that would be too easy. Yes, Maya actually using her spirit medium powers to channel a dead person will never come up. Totally. The day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker.
One Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case?
Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice?
Her own voice?
Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it, you beautiful bitch.
Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things.
Your cell phone. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it.
Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right, of course. You're in jail. And next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll read you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. Maya's memo, a conversation I had with my sister, is recorded on my cell phone. Huh? Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you for a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him.
Oh.
And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Okay. Well, she already burned us with the fact that Mia said she should wait 3 years, so for now, we'll accept. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. It's not like I offered. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you accepted the fact that you suck and I want an actually competent lawyer. I have no one else to turn to. Well, okay, I understand on the lawyer front, but say, what about your parents? I see. Okay, that answers that question. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Oh, did I not ask about the day? I thought I asked about the day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, right, I guess it's because it's a new one. No, it's okay, I'll repeat that again. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. Practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. Jeez. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9 o'clock. The lights were off and I could smell blood. And I found her, my sister. Okay, I don't know what Maya's excuse for knowing how blood smells is. Thanks, Maya. That's a little suspicious that you know what the smell of blood is. That's all I need to hear for now. Alright, we've examined, we've talked, we've presented. Oh, I can present. I wonder if she has something to tell us about her memo. I wanted to ask you about your cell phone. That detective took it when they brought me in. So, Gumshoe took it. I'll have to try to get it back next time I see him. Alright, so it just gives you that. Okay, move. So we can go to either Fay and Company law offices or the Grossberg law offices. September 6th, Grossberg law offices. No time specified. So they won't specify time here because sometimes it gets a little wibbly wobbly. Because sometimes you cannot find something you need to do or not get the sequence right, you need to go back different times. If they specified a time, it would kind of get just wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. You couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I mean, damn, look it. I guess we'll just have to come back later. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. A table for clients. Elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that light is made of solid gold. You know, I can tell someone here has got money to burn. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves. Mahogany. Filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. That is not funny. That is, in fact, classically what bookshelves are used for. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. Ugh. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Alright. Well, we only have limited options, so we'll go to the Fay & Company law offices. September 6th, Fay & Company law offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Oh, sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No. Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry. Nah, guess I got the wrong name, mister, right? Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe or Suede Shoes. No. Detective Gumshoe is a goober, but he's our goober. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. But be right there. Aw, he wants to impress us. You're her lawyer, right, pal? You got business here. You'd better do it quick. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. The sky is blue, and so am I. That hotel right across the way. Mia's favorite potted plant. Remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Who is that Gumshoe? Is that the plant? I remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Quarterly stricter pal. Who was that? It said pal like Gumshoe, but I'm gonna assume it was actually Charlie who told us. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Mia probably read all of these. She was actually pretty good at her job. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean, as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. Alright, and this one, we don't actually get to look around on this one. Okay. Heck yeah. Gumshoe, you need to know. We're a lawyer. What's that? Sorry, pal, but I got no info for the likes of you. I was wondering, do you know anything about this? That statue? That's the murder weapon. Huh? He thinks the clock is just a statue, too. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. There was broken glass at the crime scene, right? Oh, that? Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards were pieces of the broken stand. There was a piece of paper next to the victim, wasn't there? Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it. Are you sure that Mia wrote it herself? Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. Because I think usually, like, a lot of times they let you go through talking you do, but sometimes you can, like, advance the plot if you do the wrong thing, so we'll hold off on the memo for now and do the talking first. Mia. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Autopsy report added to the court record. Mia's autopsy report. Time of death? September 5th at 9 p.m. Yeah, it would have to be September, I think. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. About Maya? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't going to win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? So, There's no way we actually say, of course not. That'd be a lie considering, so of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Nah, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Yo, Gumshoe, my man. Oh, actually, I can ask you about the autopsy report now, too. Thanks for this. Don't mention it, pal. Please don't mention it. It might get me in trouble. When it comes to dealing with lawyers, fight fair and square is our motto. I don't know how I feel seeing everything written up like this. Makes Mia's death seem so routine. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh. He's on to me. Tell him straight, tell him not so straight. Gumshoe's a good guy. I feel like I'll tell him straight. Also, even if one of these is incorrect, there's no, like, health right now. It takes until the second game for them to go, you know, maybe we should make some kind of fail-safe during the investigation phase. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter, pal? Oh, no, it's just... my player's a dumbass and was gonna pick the wrong option. You know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. This would be a perfect moment to take a screenshot because this is Gumshoe's entire existence. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there, after all. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Maya's cell phone received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. So this gives us the A-check option. It's a conversation between the chief and Maya. So this happened September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Mia, what's up? You haven't... I mean, I did this earlier, so, you know. This is the whole thing we have, so now we have it so we can present it and stuff, which is nice. And refer to it. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal.
I wanted to influence her, but I guess, come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her.
Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then?
Aha! You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. Ha! She's not to go outside her room until the trial.
So, she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information.
You got that right, pal.
Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Do I have time?
I mean, I guess if I have a little bit of investigation, that's not a big deal. Gatewater Hotel, September 6th. Gatewater Hotel, room 303.
Wow. Hello there, handsome.
Hi.
Smooth, right? Real smooth, damn it.
Now, this right here is how Phoenix, who is a good boy, and also, depending on your opinion, you can have him be either straight, bi, or many people prefer to just consider Phoenix outright gay. Larry Vision, however, is... Oh, not vibration. To, of course, reveal the booba. But again, we are a good, innocent boy. We need to have our focus.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Alright. Actually, I think I might call it here. Because I think my voice is hitting its limit. And I don't think I can get through this next section in time anyways. But this means next time we'll have a little bit of investigation and we'll slide right into the trial. And we'll finally meet probably people's favorite part of this first game, which is Miles. So, let's save. Thanks for hanging out. So far, seems survivable. And, you know, we'll continue it next time. Until then, good night.